all at the same time. So when one visitor comes to Impact, probably thinking in their head that they want to go to one show, when they have some time, they might go to see other shows. And then so effectively one visitor almost equals to two visitors when they visit two shows. So a lot of the smaller events, they do capitalize on hanging next to the bigger events.
Hanging out with the big guys.
Yeah, so that they can actually take advantage of that too. But then at the same time, these people who come to the smaller events might also want to go to the bigger events too. So it's not like
they steal
it's
away
not like
customers.
everyone. It's not like the smaller ones is taking advantage of the bigger ones. It's actually, you know, both events will actually gain.
Win-win situation for everyone involved.
So the smaller events will gain. The bigger events, sure, they capitalize on the economy of scale, bigger space, more exhibitors, more visitors. So yeah, we can't guarantee success, but like I said earlier, you know, partnership for success is what we're trying to be.
How big is big for an exhibition and a convention?
If you take away the countries if you take away China, we are amongst the biggest venues in Asia. The big boys right now are maybe some of the venues in China, and then you probably look at Singapore, where they recently built some casinos and exhibitions and convention centers, and then us. In fact, we still have one of the biggest column-free hall with the biggest span in Asia, in the Challenger building.
Column-free hall, meaning you allow more flexibility in organizing a room, dividing up between the rooms. Is that important?
Like I said, flexibility. We just recently we have some of maybe the auto shows, and then after a while you have some other events that capitalize on the columnless space, like maybe football matches. You know, we had a organizer came in. They do the football tournament inside the Challenger Hall.
Wow!
See, if you have a column right in the middle of the pitch, then you can't.
It would be kind of difficult.
Yeah, you probably have a few casualties.
Is that the case why most of the buildings located within Impact and Muang Thong Thani are all sort of low-level, low-rise buildings because of the need not to have columns in the halls?
Exhibition halls tend to be close to the ground floor because it's easier for the exhibitors to unload the goods. A lot of the times you have people unloading tons and tons of furnitures, big machineries. So when you have exhibition halls on the higher floors, one is you have a less floor load. Chances are when you're on the top floor, you can't have maybe 2 tons per square meter.
Right.
And it's difficult for the big trucks and big lorries to go up the ramp onto the top floor. So most conventions or most exhibition centers in the world usually are sticking themselves quite near the ground.
And that makes sense. Khun Paul, it's time for a short break, but stay tuned on Business Frontier when we ask Khun Paul about the starting point of Impact Muang Thong Thani and, of course, the marketing strategy of what makes this place sell.
Changing world. Everybody needs fresh, accurate information.
Everybody has a right to know the truth.
We have a right to criticize. We deserve it. You deserve it.
The Thai ASEAN News Network.
Enjoy selected dishes prepared by world-class chefs that are not just tasty but also healthy and are not too hard to make. Exotic cuisine from all across Thailand. The spices of Thailand.
India
the land where the world's second largest population spans over 1,269,210 square miles, the land where Buddhism began, the land with various cultures and traditions. Namaste, India. Every Saturday morning on Thai ASA News Network.
In an ever-changing world, we're surrounded by people, we're surrounded by information, we're surrounded by opportunity. But how do you know which is right for you? The Thai ASEAN News Network, we let you decide.
Let's go and have some fun! There are hundreds of places in Thailand that you have to visit before you die. We will take you to see the unseen. We will take you to stunning locations, unique experiences, wondrous traditions. It's amazing Thailand. Experiences you'll never forget. Thai Delight brings you the delights of Thailand right to your TV set.
Sawadika, welcome back. You're watching Business Frontier with me, Rewadi Pasuniramon, and here with me is Kun Paul, Managing Director of Impact Mueang Thong Thani. Kun Paul, now let's talk about Impact. I mean, we talked about the big picture of the MICE industry. Who's Impact? I mean, when was it born?
Impact was born around, in my opinion, it was born in December 1998. That was when the Asian Games was taking place in Bangkok. At that time, our chairman, Mr.Paul Kanjanapas of Bangkok Land, he committed to the government back then that we will build an exhibition hall and an arena, and we will host part of the Asian Games. So during the Asian Games, we have seven sports competition here. I can't remember all of them now, but they were like, I think it was like Thai boxing. No, there was boxing. There was gymnastics, there was rugby, there was swimming or something like that.
Or you can do anything. You had football matches inside the exhibition hall.
At that time we were a bit smaller, so we probably couldn't take a football match.
So it was a long time ago.
Correct.
Now, what's the sheer size of Impact in total?
At that time, there was an arena which can house 11,000 people and 20,000 square meters of exhibition space. Fast forward to today, we have 140,000 square meters of exhibition space. We still have the arena, and on top of that, we have built the Impact Convention Center. We have extended the exhibition halls. We have built the Impact Challenger, and then the latest baby of ours is the Novotel Impact, where we're sitting today. So in terms of size, we have probably tripled our, I don't know, more than that.
Wow.
We've actually gone 7 times bigger.
7 times bigger.
When we first started.
Now, the arena makes sense in itself, where you hold concerts and various performances. But the exhibition halls, when you expand, what were the deciding factors? I mean, it wasn't just more space, right? Was it just more space when you expanded?
Well, the organizers approached us requesting more exhibition space at the time, and like we were talking earlier, we were looking at the events taking place together to bring in more visitors.
The synergy of events.
Correct. That was actually where it all started. You know. Our chairman had the vision, and you know
the capital.
Capital was actually not what we had at that time, but he actually had the courage to go ahead and actually build something. Definitely. That nobody else had the guts to do. So that was where we all took off. Was where everything took off. And since then, it just makes so much sense to keep expanding because the events here were expanding, the economy in Thailand was expanding, and so was the business at Impact. And so every time we build, we don't just build on just expanding 10-20%. We actually built double ourselves and then triple ourselves into where we are today.
Now, usually businesses serve a handful or a certain number of types of customers, but for Impact Muang Thong Thani, you have the organizers themselves, the exhibitors, and the visitors who actually come to the events. How do you provide or service the customers in these 3 different categories?
Well, we really look deep into our operations, and what we found is that unlike a chicken and egg, this is a very simple line of simple chain effects. The organizers who organize the events, they need exhibitors. They need people to come and exhibit the goods in the show. And these exhibitors need the buyers to come and buy the goods. So what we decided to do then was we want to look after not only the organizers who pay us, but we also want to look after their customers who are the exhibitors, and then we also want to look after the customers of the exhibitors, which are the visitors. So we're looking after all 3 of them. And at that time, that's where we come up with a separate department within Impact that we call it the Visitor Relation Management. So it's part of like a CRM, but because our C is actually more of a V, so we call it C as in customers, but now V as in visitors. So we decided that we want to form this department just to look after the visitors, make sure that they're being taken care of, and subsequently we're launching a loyalty program called the Impact Society, where visitors can become members, and they're in one category of their own. Then the organizers and the exhibitors, exhibitors and visitors are in one category. The organizers is in another category. So by looking at their needs, we provide things that they actually want so that they will become a member of our society.